Now look, bro, let me tell you something very clearly. Before saying it, I am Jake. You may see me as small, but I am someone who became rich at a young age without a family, all by myself. And I want to transfer these to you. First of all, to be rich, you don't need to look rich. Look at me, I don't think you would call me rich, but I am rich. What is important is how you keep the money and how you manage it. Everyone can look rich, but not everyone can be rich. Pause the video a little, examine it a bit, and let me explain everything to you in the most proper way. And let me say this too, real wealth is being happy and peaceful. Most millionaires are in front of your eyes, but you don't even notice. I mean, really, you must have seen at least one in your life, but you pass them as a normal person. For example, think there is a car you see every day in the workplace parking lot, old model, paint faded, slightly dented at the back. It has been there for years and nobody even cares. What do you say inside? This guy is definitely in a bad situation. But the truth is completely different. The guy has millions, he has investments, his house is finished, he doesn't even touch his salary. Because he already built the system, his investments are covering his life. And look, the most critical part is this. He didn't choose that car out of necessity, he chose it consciously. So this is not a mistake. This is where most people get confused. Because wealth was taught to us wrong. What was always shown to us is this: expensive car, brand clothes, luxury restaurant. Showing off! But real wealth is not like that, bro. Real wealth is quiet. It doesn't shout, it doesn't attract attention. Most of the time, it lives as if hidden. So much that you sit next to him at Starbucks, you can't even guess where he lives. Maybe he has a house in Beverly Hills, but he is wearing a Walmart t shirt. And the funniest part is this: people who look rich and people who are actually rich are mostly not even the same people. In fact, most of the time, completely opposite. Because research clearly says this: most of the people who became rich with their own effort live in middle level neighborhoods, drive normal cars, and cannot be understood from outside. So the people you think are rich are usually the ones who keep the least money. There is income, but no system. Money enters, but it goes out because all of it leaks out. And now this part is very important. You are not someone who lived life easily. No one came and said, do this and you will be rich. You learned everything by yourself. Maybe you stayed alone. Maybe you grew up early. Maybe nobody taught you money management. But you still stood up. This means this: you are someone who can build a system. You just needed to see the right system. Then let me tell you, the main thing now: how rich people spend money. Where they spend money, rich people do not try to show off. They try to make money with money. Rich people, investment coin, stock market, whatever comes to mind. Everything exists in short. Even if you are not rich, small investment leads you to wealth. Do not ever forget this. And now, a very critical logic is coming: being careful in small expenses, being fast in big, necessary things. This sounds strange at first, but actually, the biggest difference is here. A man, while buying something of $80, researches for 30 minutes. But if his roof is leaking, he gives $18,000 at once. Why? Because one is want, the other is need. But what do most people do? Exact opposite. They spend without thinking in small things. They delay big things. Then what happens? Small expenses accumulate, big problems explode. So actually, people try to save money in the wrong place. And now, one of the most important things: waiting rule. Look, this alone changes the game. Because system is built to speed you up. Buy with one click, buy without thinking, buy now. But real rich people move slowly. Small thing equals wait 24 hours. Medium equals wait 7 days. Big equals wait 30 days. And look, I guarantee you 70% disappears because most things are not real needs. Moment feeling in that moment, it feels very important. But next day it feels meaningless. And the moment you realize this, Control becomes yours. Then there is lifestyle inflation. So when income increases, expanding life, this is where people lose the most. Income increases leads to house grows, leads to car grows, leads to spending grows. Result, again, no money because there is no system, only flow. But what does rich do? Income increases but life stays same. Difference goes directly to investment. Growth starts there. Even most millionaires still make shopping lists. Compare prices from outside looks cheap but actually systematic. And there is a very critical rule. When income increases, put 50% aside directly. Live with the rest. If you do this at beginning, it becomes habit and your life does not even notice. Then the event comes to time. After a certain point, not money. Time becomes valuable. And rich people do not look, is it cheap? They look, does it save time? Because their time is more valuable. And when the market falls, most people panic, sell, get scared, but rich person stays calm, even sometimes buys more, because sees it as discount, because he does not look short term, he looks 10 to 20 years. And one of the biggest differences, leaving comparison, because if you live according to what others buy, system exploits you. But if you have your own game, no one can pull you. And let's return to that old car at the beginning. That man is actually telling you something. Quietly for years did the right things, without showing to anyone, built system, and now he is free. The event is this, bro. When you say rich, not by lying down, by using his mind in best way earns. Instead of watching nonsense videos from TikTok every day, watch at least half-hour investment advice. I'm sure it will add more things to you. And the moment you understand this, the game changes. And here, bro, is the most critical place. Because people still ask wrong question. How can I earn more? But real question is not this. Real question is this. Where is my money going? Because if you grow the pipe without closing the leak, what will happen? You will earn more. But you will lose faster. And most people live exactly this, without even realizing. But now, you are aware. So you are not your old self anymore. You are not the person who says, why no money? Now you see the system. And for someone who sees system, game changes. Because from now on, matter is not money, it is control. And when control comes, everything changes. Money starts to stay, stress decreases, mind relaxes. And one day, when you look back, you realize this. You were never behind, while everyone was playing wrong game. You were just learning to play the right game. And now the event is this, bro. Do you really want to change, or will you just watch and pass? Because knowledge alone changes nothing. If you don't apply, you stay same place. But if you apply, then everything changes. Slowly, quietly, without anyone noticing. Until one day people look at you and say, lucky. And when they say that, understand this. You have won, and now, bro, we are coming to the deepest part of the situation. Because most people still don't realize it. But the system is slowly consuming you. I mean, not all at once. Not like I made one big mistake and I'm broke. Little by little, without you noticing. Morning coffee, lunch meal, something from an app in the evening. You say, what is this anyway? But at the end of the month, you look, and there is no money. And this is the most dangerous part, because there is not a single thing to blame. But the truth is this, you didn't make one big mistake. You made hundreds of small mistakes, and when they combine, they pulled you down. Now, the thing that creates the difference here is this. Most people are still in I should earn more mode. But now you know that's not the point. The point is stopping the leak. Because if you don't stop the leak, no matter how much you earn, you will stay in the same place. And let me tell you clearly, someone who solves this already wins half of the game. Because now you're not spending unconsciously. You are not living on autopilot anymore. Now you know what you are doing. And this is a huge difference because most people live life on autopilot. They buy what ads tell them, they do what their environment does, but now you stop. You think, you question. You say, do I really need this? And most of the time, the answer is no, and at that moment, you win. And over time, these small decisions grow. The $10 you keep today becomes $100 tomorrow, then $1,000. And at some point, you realize this. It was never about money. It was about control. And the moment control comes, everything changes because now money is not escaping. You're managing it. And at that point, people look at you and say lucky. But this is not luck. This is awareness. This is system. This is the right game.